Hello everybody, Jamie here from FM Scout. In today's video, I'm going to be bringing you 10 players you can sign for less than £100,000. Now, of course, there's a lot of diversity in this list. You know, if you are managing in England, the chances are you probably won't be able to get a work permit. But of course, there's no reason to sign them because these players do have potential. And also, I'm not just going to be showing you the player, I'm also going to be going forward 5 years. You'll see the player first, and then you'll see him in 5 years' time to see how he's developed, what club he's at, if he has developed at all. Of course, if you can't find some of these players on your save, chances are you don't have your game save set up right. If you check the description, I'll put the link that I used to find all these players. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. First player I've found is Jessel Saladin, the Uzbekistan 17-year-old, currently contracted to this club right here. I'm assuming they are in Uzbekistan. He is a Movea central midfielder. And attribute-wise, looks very strong. You know, he's got 20 aggression, which can be really good in times. But as a midfielder, 13 tackling, 13 passing, 14 first touch. Good decisions, good vision, good work rate. Overall, he's pretty strong. In terms of his history, he has stayed in the Super League of Uzbekistan. If we try and make an offer for this player, he is going to cost you exactly £725, which is pretty insane. Let's have a look how he looks in 5 years. Okay, Jessel Saladin has moved to FC Porto, and looking at his attributes, really strong. I know I keep saying that a lot, but it surprises me, it really does. And he's got first touch of 16, technique of 16. I mean, this guy's a beast. So yeah, definitely if you can pick this guy up from the start, I would honestly pick him up because you can see how good he looks. Now, bear in mind, don't forget as well, that players are different on every save. Some have like a potential ability much higher than others in different saves. So it might not be great on your save, but it's always worth checking. You know, just check him on your save and see if he does turn out like he does on the original clip just before this one. But yeah, this is Jessel Saladin. Paulo Victor now, and Paulo Victor is currently at Movea. I'm not sure if they're Brazilian. They are in the lower leagues of Brazil. But, I mean, his attributes actually look pretty good. I mean, 14 crossing as a wing-back. I feel like this guy could probably play in maybe League One, maybe lower league championship teams already. Only valued at 21.5k. Is a wing-back. It can also play left-back, but he would need training. So it will suit teams or tactics that will play wing-backs that role. If we try and make an offer for this player, it's going to cost you, as you can see, I've already done it, 63k with a 40% of next sale. Of course, that's for you to decide and negotiate that out. But you can get this guy for less than 100k, 63k coming in at, and for 63k, that's a no-brainer. Let's have a look how he looks in 5 years. Now, probably one of the most surprising ones is Paulo Victor has not left the club in Brazil. He's 23 now. Of course, he was 18 when we first looked. But his attributes have kind of gone up as well. I mean, his dribbling was 12, it's now 13. His first touch was 12, that's now 13. He actually looks better. His value has actually gone down, but that is because he's not moved from the lower leagues of Brazil. So I would really try and pick this guy up and see how he turns out, because this one has really surprised me. Movea is the next player. I mean, not so good in terms of current ability. He is an attacking midfielder, but he's got a lot of work to do. Of course, he's only 17 years old. He is from Cameroon, currently contracted to Azul Star Inter, who I'm assuming they are a Cameroonian team. They are. If we try and make it off, I mean, in terms of his attributes, though, you know, he has got 13 first touch, 13 technique, 12 work rate. His physical stats are really good. He is kind of tutored as a young midfielder or a young attacking midfielder. He hasn't made an appearance for these. But if we try, you can approach to sign him as well, but I'd always recommend, because if you approach to sign him, the problem you get, I don't know why that's come up, so let me just finish that. If you approach to sign him, apparently you can get him on a free transfer. Okay, I didn't know that, but if you try and bid for him, they actually want 26k. So you might be able to get him less than 26k. Of course, you might have to wait for him being African, but you know, you can get him on a free transfer. Other than that, I would bid the 26k to try and get him in as soon as possible. Movea now in 5 years, and he looks really good. I mean, he has improved a lot based on the last clip. I mean, his first touch has gone to 15, his dribbling's gone up to 9 from 8, his technique stayed the same, his passing's gone up from 7 to 10. He is at Cotton Sport, who I believe are quite a big team in Cameroon. So he hasn't left Cameroon, unfortunately, but he has made a lot of appearances, and that's probably why his attributes have improved. Of course, his mental stats have gone up quite a lot as well. Keegan Ekane is now at Ajax Cape Town in South Africa, 18 years old. He is on 1.5k per week, so he is on quite a bit of money at that age. But as another right back, he is incredible. I mean, 13 tackling, good marking, good passing, good decisions, good determination, good positioning, and physical attributes are really, really strong. If we try and make an offer for him, he is going to cost around 155k. Now, you can negotiate this down. Just obviously, you'll have to play with it a little bit, and they do generally accept 100k, maybe 95k, but you can get this guy for less than 100k. Let's check how he looks in 5 years. Unfortunately, Keegan Ekane did retire, so I can't show you how he turned out. But of course, he was at Ajax Cape Town, which is really surprising. So it's probably because he didn't leave South Africa. And he's obviously retired by the time he's 23. It does happen in some saves, so I can't show you Keegan Ekane. Raheem Ibrahim, a Ghanaian at Accra Lions, 39.5k value. Another player that looks incredibly strong. 14 tackling if you are looking for a DM. Positioning 12, work rate 13, bravery is strong, physical stats okay, apart from the agility and stamina. But his tackling is really, really good. His marking's good as well. Mentally, really, really strong for an 18-year-old. Try and bid for this guy. Is going to cost you 53k. Of course, you can negotiate these out. But 53k for Raheem Ibrahim. Let's check where he's gone to in 5 years. Raheem Ibrahim now looks very, very good. I mean, his tackling's gone up quite a bit. Sorry, his tackling hasn't. His tackling stayed the same, but his marking, his passing's gone up, his positioning's gone up. And he is at Asante Kotoko, who is in the Premier League of Ghana. So again, another player that has not left Ghana, but looks strong. His value has gone from 30k to 70k. Of course, his wage has gone from £200 to 2.2k. So, you know, he's still a very good player. Into Europe now. I know there's a few different nationalities in this video, but Thomas Netelika, a Czech Republic 17-year-old, currently at Victo Vice. He is on a youth contract valued at 41.5k. He is a goalkeeper. There's been a few positions in this already, which is pretty good. But, you know, natural fitness is very strong, 20 in that, in fact. Punching a tendency of 18. Kicking's good. Generally, a really good sweeper minus his first touch, but you'll find that with a lot of players on FM20. Another player that has really, really surprised me in this kind of experiment player type thing, and is Thomas. Thomas, again, has not left his club. He is obviously valued a lot higher than he was. He was valued at 41.5k. He's now valued at 110k. He's had a bit of a wage increase as well. But he is 22, and for me, he still looks very strong. I'm just intrigued to see if I make an offer. They want 625k now. I thought so, but, you know, he looks strong still. Okay, if we try and make an offer for Thomas, he is going to cost you around 41.5k for a player of that quality that is very strong. Is in the lower leagues of Czech Republic as well, so his rep will be really low. So I'm assuming he might even join teams like League 2. But, you know, you guys can test that out for me and let me know. But that is Thomas Netelika. Wisdom Ubani, a striker now, a Nigerian 16-year-old. Handy looks very strong. I mean, 14 finishing, 14 acceleration, 14 pace, 14 off the ball, 14 heading. Almost a lot of 14s for a poacher. And he's only valued at 43k. He is at Giant Brillers, who I'm assuming are in the second division of Nigeria. If we try and make it, you can approach to sign, but if you try and make an offer, they will accept 43k from the off. I'm kind of intrigued to see how this guy turns out in 5 years, so let's have a look at that. Wisdom Ubani moved from Giant Brillers to Sunshine Stars, who's one of the top clubs in Nigeria. And yeah, I mean, attribute-wise, he looks like he's had a decline, actually, so his obviously development hasn't really worked out on this experiment. It might do on your save, so, you know, don't just go off what my experiment's done. But his value has gone down. He's generally dropped on most things in his attributes. Apart from his anticipation, it looks like it's gone up by 1. But his finishing and stuff has gone down. So bear that in mind, but don't always believe. Because, you know, if I put these players into PSG, the chances are they're going to improve much quicker than they are at a team with no good training facilities. But that is Wisdom Ubani. Bennett Barrow from Burkina Faso. He's currently contracted to Salitas FC. 61k value, central midfielder. Again, passing's good, technique's good, work rate, determination, pace, acceleration. Very, very strong. 24 caps already for Salitas. He's currently also been capped for the national team, which is quite interesting. If we try and make an offer, this guy is going to cost you 115k. You can, of course, lower this down to probably less than 100. They will accept 99k. I want to see how this guy's turned out, so let's have a look in 5 years. Barrow now, another player that has not left Burkina Faso, and you will find this, I keep saying this, but you will find this a lot with these type of nations. They just don't get found. And, you know, how many scouts go to Burkina Faso? But this player, he has improved in his attributes. Like, his decisions, his decisions has gone up. His vision's gone up by 2. His technique stayed the same. His tackling stayed the same. His stamina stayed the same. And his acceleration's gone up. So, he has improved, but, you know, like I say, many scouts don't go to places like this. And, yeah, I would seriously give him a chance. Mamadou Traoré at Stade Malien in Mali, 72k value, slightly higher value in comparison to the rest we've seen, but this guy is only 20 years old, is an advanced playmaker. He can also play AMC if needed, can almost play most roles as well, even box to box. You know, he's generally got kind of all-rounded stats, even though they're quite low. This isn't a bad thing in terms of all-round type of player. His description is only a midfielder though, but he has got pace of 14, decisions of 14, first touch 14, technique 14, and vision of 14. If we make an offer, I'm assuming we've already tried to make the offer previous to the video, but they wanted 130k. Let's see if we can get them to lower than that. They will accept 99k. Let's go to the next player. Mamadou Traoré is another player that hasn't really done much. He has stayed at the same club. He is valued a little bit higher. He is 25 now, of course. And his technique has gone up. A lot of his attributes have gone up. So, again, another surprising one. And the final player, a Tasmanian 22-year-old currently playing at Young Africans, who are in the Tasmania Premier Division. Did you ever think you would see a player on our video who's playing in the Tasmanian Premier League? This is why I love this channel, man. It's, you know, hopefully you guys do as well. But I love finding players like this. And hopefully, I just want to see if any of you sign this guy, please tell me in the comments, because I just want to know how he turns out and if he's good for you. But he is a poacher, he's advanced forward as well. Needs a bit of work for an advanced forward based on his passing and work rate. But as a poacher, he definitely suits. I mean, most of his attributes, apart from the anticipation, is really, really strong. 75k value, £300 per week. I'm assuming he won't want a lot to join. If we suggest terms, they want 75k, they just want to make a friendly. But, you know, playing in Tasmania, you should be able to get this guy. I know, obviously, with England, you're going to struggle with work permits and stuff, but teams like Portugal, you know, where there's no rules, you can definitely sign players like this. But let's finally have a look how he turns out in 5 years. Faisal Saladin, the Tasmanian, again. I'm not sure what's going on with these players. I feel like I need to, when I do these videos again, I probably need to put them in like a team at PSG at the end and see how they turn out in comparison to if they stay at the club. But yeah, again, Tasmanian League, not very looked at in the world of scouting, but attributes have gone up. You know, his dribbling's gone up from 11 to 12. His pace has gone up. His acceleration's gone up by 2. His agility's gone up. So he has improved. But I feel like if he was at a bigger team from the air league, he would improve a bit more. But that is Faisal Saladin. And that is the end to the video, boys and girls. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please drop a like on the video if you haven't. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you all on the next video. I've got a lot of player video planned soon for players who aren't Wonderkids, who you can sign for less than 100k, less than $1 million, and there's some incredible players on there, so hopefully you're looking forward to that, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.